Good morning, everybody. We are back at the Blitsy Sleepover. I don't know how many of you joined us overnight, but we were crazy and we stayed up all night long crafting, doing demos, and we are back at it again. I don't have Megan with me, I'm sad, but she's resting up a little. She's got a couple of babies in there to take care of. So instead, I have my little co-host, Kitty, here. So she's all dressed up and ready to party with all of you, and we can't wait to get started. So we've got a huge lineup for this segment. We're going to try and cram it all in. We're going to start with a little bit of a challenge, and that is going to be a wild card challenge. And if you're not familiar with how this is all working, we have a Facebook event going on right now. Go to Blitsy Crafts Facebook page, and then click on the event, and you can enter all of the challenges there. This one's wild card, so if you entered any of the ones overnight and you didn't win anything, you can reuse those projects for this one, or you can just share with us what you have been making recently. So I'm gonna check in with some of the crafty girls over there and Molly, our crafty dog, and Emily's gonna tell you what the prize is for this challenge.
Hey guys, so we actually have two prizes for this challenge. More chances to win, always great. You can win either a $100 Blitsy gift card, or the other prize is a Zutter magnetic storage kit and the Tim Holtz Crazy Bird stamps and dies, because that's what that kit is for storing your stamps and dies all together. So of course we're going to start you off with something that you can use it with. Our winner from our last challenge, the one product, two ways challenge, was Ford. Won the coloring book pack. They're Ford on Facebook. I think we've let her know in the group. She won a coloring book prize pack with some of our favorite coloring books and some of our favorite pens. So make sure you're participating and you can be our next winner.
Awesome! I also posted some golden scissors in there. We're going to be giving those out to the winner very soon as well, and keep an eye out for them, because when you see golden scissors, that means you have a chance to win, and the golden scissors means you're put into the grand prize drawing of $1,000 or a full year's worth of craft supplies. So very fun stuff. We're going to kick things off with Brutus Monroe. We've got Christopher from Brutus Monroe who's going to join us on Skype, and he's going to tell us all about his amazing inks. We just debuted them on Blitsy for our Black Friday sale, so we thought no better than the Brutus Monroe man himself to tell you all about them. So we're going to give him a call, and you'll learn all about Brutus Monroe inks. So we're calling you, Chris. Here we go. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
We're so excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. It's a lot of fun. I wore my Batman PJs for you guys.
Love it. Thank you for waking up early.
Absolutely.
All right, so I am going to hand off this kitty really quick. 1 second.
Okay.
Here you go. All right. So I want to know all about Brutus Monroe and your inks. I saw you just out of nowhere pop up on, I think it was Periscope that introduced me to you, and then I just started seeing you pop up everywhere, and I was like, seems like we need to jump on this and learn a little bit more. And here we are now, you're on our live stream, and we've got you on Blitsy.com for our Black Friday sale. So tell us a little of the history and what's going on with Brutus Monroe.
Okay, hello first to the Blitsy family. I'm so excited to be a part of all of this with all of you. Brutus Monroe was actually a concept that came out of teaching classes. I began teaching classes at a local craft store here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I was constantly looking for an ink that would do everything that all of the inks that I had on my desk would do. So I was constantly reaching for an ink that was permanent, and reaching for an ink that was watercolor, that we could use for watercoloring, and reaching for an ink that I could use with my alcohol markers. And it was very difficult to kind of make sure that everyone was using the right ink for what project we were using. So I decided one day that we were going to try to find a formulation or try to find an ink that would allow us to do all of that. So the Brutus Monroe chalk inks are pretty revolutionary in their formulation because they allow you to do everything that the top inks on the market will allow you to do in one ink. So the Brutus Monroe inks will allow you to do watercolor. They are permanent once they're dry, so they're not just permanent on paper, they're permanent on glass, and they're permanent on fabric as well, any non-porous surface really, and also they are alcohol marker friendly. So basically they're the top 3 inks that you're really using now as a stamper, all rolled into one ink.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. So what has the response been with people who have, is this new or is it just new to me?
It's very new.
Okay.
Brutus Monroe was founded in December of last year, December 22nd.
Okay.
So we're just shy of a year old. And we started with one stamp set, and we now have around 108 products.
Okay.
So we began everything really with just wanting to design a stamp set, and I started teaching classes with those stamp designs, and then the inks came just literally out of necessity because I was sitting at my desk one day and I was making one card and I had 5 different inks on my desk, and I said there has to be a better way. There has to be something easier than me searching for all of these different inks. So the Brutus Monroe inks kind of were a concept out of the necessity of having an ink that really did everything we needed for it to do. So we launched 4 colors, and we launched it about 6 months ago, the ink collection, and now we have 16 colors in the line.
Wow, that is amazing. That's where the best ideas come from, though. When you're trying to solve a problem, you're like, why am I reaching for all of these? And then boom, you come to the market with this, and it's just like life-changing.
It's been a lot of fun.
Very cool. We have the inks, it's the chalk inks, and we have an amazing price on them for Black Friday right now. We've been getting great feedback, people asking us, when are you putting the Brutus Monroe inks up? You already have a following. It's like you've just kind of come out of nowhere. It's great to hear that you launched almost a year ago. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I'm going to check in with Emily and see if we have any questions over on the live stream chat.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were really excited to hear from Christopher, and we're going to come back to make sure that they caught his segment. Lori B, actually, she's letting us know that sounds like your embossing powders are really great.
Oh.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about your embossing powders?
I don't have any. I have. There's some up on the shelf, but I can't reach them. But
okay, no problem. Just tell us a little bit.
We have 5 different embossing powders currently. When I was working again with the manufacturer, and kind of my concept behind all of my products are I want to create something that is kind of the last thing that I would use in that category, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So with the embossing powders, I was looking for a very, very highly metallic, very, very highly pigmented powder that was wax-free. So the reason we came out with the first metallic colors, which we have sterling, gilded, and the copper color, which is called penny, we made them very highly metallic. So since foiling is so big currently, I wanted to make sure that everyone had an opportunity to foil, which we all would love to have the mink. I have a mink myself, but if you can't necessarily afford the mink, the embossing powder for $4.50, you can kind of get that same kind of look with it.
Right.
So with the embossing powders, I really wanted them to look like coins and like foiled. So that's what we have currently with our embossing powders.
Awesome. Very cool. I am so excited that we discovered you. I'm so excited we have you on Blitsy. And I'm so happy for you that you have all these great products that you've launched in such a short period of time. Can't wait to see where you go.
I'm so excited to be a part of Blitsy, to tell you the truth. You guys are the very first retailer that I'm working with, and I could not be more excited.
Wow, that's great. That is so great. Any other questions, Emily?
Sounds like it's just a lot of people, really excited to try these products out. I think it's really exciting to hear about your development process and really all the thought that goes into it. Like, I love what you said about the foiling trend and how you're just making it so accessible for people.
Yeah, it sounds like you're just like on top of everything and designing these products to kind of fit what is happening right now.
It's really just out of necessity. Again, it's really just I obviously started as just a regular everyday crafter and just wanted to craft, and there were things that were missing for me.
Yeah.
And I guess I just hoped that they were things that were missing for other people as well. And luckily, it kind of has been something that that people have been looking for, especially the inks. The inks have been there's been an overwhelmingly exciting demand for them now that, again, we do have an ink that you can literally keep on your desk all the time. So if you're a stamper, the Brutus Monroe ink is the ink that you really should have for your go-to ink, simply because it can do everything that all of the other inks that you're already kind of keeping in the drawer for.
Right.
Oh, well, I need a permanent ink, so now I have to go over to the drawer because I only use it once a year. Well, now you literally can just keep your Brutus Monroe inks on your desk and you'll use them for every project you have. So it's really was out of necessity of not grabbing 15 different inks for one project.
Yeah, so you said you have 16 colors right now. Is there any plans for additional colors?
We will officially have 24 come the spring. So
Awesome.
I believe April is when we'll have the new additional 6 colors.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much again for joining us. We are so happy to have you here as part of the Blitsy family, and we look forward to working with you even more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And have a good rest of your day. I'll be watching.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Chris. All right, that was awesome. I purposely was like not reading too much about it because I just wanted to hear straight from Chris himself kind of the inspiration behind his products and where this all was coming from, because it just kind of blew up in the marketplace really quickly. So I'm excited that all of you now get a chance to purchase the Brutus Monroe inks at Black Friday prices. You can't beat that, right?
Definitely not.
All right, so we're actually going to transition to some stamps that everyone has been going crazy for. The Crazy Birds by Tim Holtz have just been going nuts in the industry right now, and the dies as well. We have a quick video that Megan actually shot showing her Crazy Birds stamps. We're going to show you real quick, and then I'll show you the actual card after that. All right, so that was a really quick and easy card that Megan did using the Crazy Bird stamps. And I wanted to show you, you can see here that final card. These are just super adorable. At first I was like, I don't know, this bird thing, and it just has grown on me because I've seen people do so many cute things. So here's the actual stamp set. You get a variety of different birds. There's 6 different birds in there. And then there's also the crazy things, which are all the little accessories that can go on the birds. Like you can see on Megan's card, she did that little Santa hat. And then there's also this one, which is the crazy thoughts. So all these pair very well together. Just a little bit more about her card as well. She used her distress inks to watercolor on this card. So speaking of, we were talking about the Brutus Monroe inks that you can also watercolor with. I bet you that she could have done the same thing. We got to play around with that for sure. So that's the Crazy Bird stamps, and there's also coordinating dies. I would love to hear if anybody has worked with these stamps and dies and what your thoughts are, if like the different things that you've done with them. So, Emily, is there any chatter going on over there?
Sounds like Lori B said they're definitely on her list. We actually have a little bit of chatter around. I think we had a pair of golden scissors laying around, which we weren't like purposely giving them away, but since you guys caught them, I think like you guys clearly are wanting the golden scissors. So I think, who was the first person I saw point it out? I think anonymous, whoever is user 40871, I think you're the first person I saw point it out, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna give you a pair of golden scissors. You caught us even when we weren't trying to be sneaky. Go ahead, please let us know your first name since you're anonymous, like let us know in the chat, and then email support@blitsy.com with your mailing information, and we will get your pair of golden scissors off to you.
Yay, congratulations. So fun. We've given away a whole bunch of pairs of those scissors, and we've got a ton more to give away as well. I wanted to show you, before we move on from the Crazy Birds, we're going to call in one of our creative team members, Adrienne, who she mostly does jewelry, and she took the Crazy Birds and did a little spin on it, and she wasn't using cards, she wasn't scrapbooking, she created some jewelry. So let's give her a call and see what her spin on Crazy Birds was. Hello. Thank you for joining.
Good morning. It's early.
It is early. It's super early. Were you up at all with us last night?
I was, yes. I had to quit about 3 a.m. So
we took a little bit of a breather and then we came back, but we're on for a few more hours, I think, today. So
all right. Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Okay, so I wanted to call you in because you took a little bit of a different approach with the Crazy Birds than I've ever seen before. So I thought maybe you could tell us kind of what inspired you to actually purchase this collection and how you decided what to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. If anybody has ever seen some of my stuff, I do a lot of crossover stuff between scrapbooking and jewelry, and I'm going to show you. Hopefully this works well on my webcam. I don't have a huge resolution. I also posted a picture in the Blitsy Sleepover Facebook page, so you can take a look at it there. And what I did was I got both the dies and the stamps, and I noticed that the dies are actually on sale.
Yeah.
So what I did was I stamped onto shrink plastic and colored it in, and I just used a heat tool to shrink it up, and I made my bird tiny and put him in a little bird cage.
That is so cute. I haven't seen anyone do anything like that, so when I saw you posted that for our blog, I was like, what a great idea to use the birds in a totally different way. And it looks like it's in a little bird cage.
Yeah, he is. It's and we actually sell the bird cages too at Blitsy. I know because this is a Tim Holtz one. I picked it up off Blitsy. So
okay,
go shopping, guys.
Yeah, seriously. I wonder who has already gotten their shopping done. Who's still kind of perusing around. There's a lot to look at on there.
Yeah.
I know when we were talking in our creative team group, you had said that some of the girls on our team, made you buy this. They enabled you to buy this.
Yes.
So what was it that you saw they were doing that made you want this collection?
Well, I think, first of all, the birds are just cute. And I think you mentioned before that at first it was kind of like, oh, okay, it's birds. But then everybody went crazy about them, I guess bird crazy. And, I just kept seeing them, and I thought, gosh, those are really cute. I think I better just pick them up. So I decided to try them, and that they are super fun. So I always like to kind of push my paper crafting limits a little bit, because I don't do a lot with the ink. I do so much more jewelry. So this was really fun for me to really experiment with what you could do with the stamps, and then I made it into, what I'm more comfortable with, which is usually jewelry.
Yeah, it's great. You can combine the two things and
Yeah.
step a little bit out of your boundaries, but
Yeah.
still bring it back to your core. So
That's what creativity is all about. Stretch your boundaries, right?
exactly. And not being afraid to do that. Like, you just have to do it, and then you'll come up with really cute stuff. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. We are so excited that
thanks
you
for
were able to
having me
join
on.
us. Yeah, we'll see you in the Facebook group.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye, guys.
All right, so those of you who aren't familiar, Adrienne is part of the Blitsy creative team, and she posts amazing things all of the time on the Blitsy blog. So make sure you check out everything that she's done. She takes a little bit of a twist on things paper crafting, as you heard, and it's really amazing. So I'm going to move on a little bit. I know I briefly mentioned the distress inks. So we have the mini distress inks and the tin as part of the Black Friday sale going on right now. So I wanted to just show you how those come. You get, I had them somewhere, hold on. So here we go. They come as a kit where you get 4 inks. They coordinate really well together, and then you can get the separate tin where you can store all of your inks as well. So these fit perfectly in here, and we actually have the little foam pads hidden underneath here. It's a little distress ink tip for the minis here, but the tin and the inks. And then I was also noticing that these Brutus Monroe inks that we talked about earlier are the same size. So I'm going to test this and see if they fit in here. I'm going to take a gander that they are the perfect size. And they are, of course. So there you go. These tins are not only for your distress inks. Now that you know you need to have the Brutus Monroe inks, you've got a great storage system for these as well. So these are both great size inks. They're smaller, so they're more portable. Just for comparison for you, I have a traditional ink pad size. So it's much smaller, and you can get a lot out of these little ink pads. So that's the distress ink. Again, she watercolored her card using the distress ink. So I think there's just so many cool things that you can do. You can also use the Brutus Monroe inks to do that. All right, Emily, what's happening?
They are saying that the tin is a must. Like, you gotta stay organized. You're gonna have a lot of inks. You gotta keep them all in the same place. Perfect. You can definitely use the tin for other crafty things, not just inks. There's a little plastic liner in it that does help keep your inks in place perfectly, but you can always take that out and you can just use it as general storage too. So it's really just a great storage solution. Lori B says she keeps mini spools and baker's twine in hers. So
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah.
So like Emily was saying, there's this little plastic piece right here, and it has the little grooves in there, which are perfect for holding your inks in place. But if you want to use it for something else, like Lori is, just take this right out and you still have a great storage tin for other things as well. Love that. Okay. I'm thinking that does Lori have a pair of scissors?
She does have a pair of scissors.
She has a pair of scissors?
She has a pair of scissors. She's always with the great tips. She's always loving us on Live with Blitsy. Lori got a pair of scissors real early.
All right, Lori, you're getting $10 Blitsy credit just for shopping this weekend on the Blitsy sale, just because you've been so awesome with chatting with us, and we really sincerely appreciate it. So have fun. Just email support@Blitsy, let them know, and you'll get your $10, and you can start shopping right away. All right, so let's see, what do we have up next? We're going to do a really quick demo using Stick It adhesive. So Claudia is actually going to join me and show you how she did some tags using Stick It and glitter. And I'll get this stuff out of the way for you, Claudia. It's hard to host up here without Megan. I'm missing my buddy. She'll be here later. She'll be here for the 10:30, I think, is when she'll be done.
Okay.
All right, so what have you got here?
So I actually have the smaller stick-it sheets. We have the regular, I think it's 8 by 10 or 8.5 by 11, the large sheets, but these are kind of the half sheets here.
So Stick-It is a double-sided adhesive that was brought out by Ken Oliver last year, and it's great for working with your intricate dies. So what it's going to do is have give a nice sticky back to all of your dies that you're running through your machine, and that's kind of what it's marketed for, but Claudia's going to show you how to use it in an entirely different way.
Okay, so the great thing about Stick-It is that it's easy to apply glitter to paper crafts without the mess, because it's double-sided adhesive basically in a sheet form. So what you can do here is, I have a little card here and a little piece of decorative paper cut to size. So this is the Stick-It sheet here, and I'm just gonna take the paper and I'm gonna cut along this little score to show you the score line, but obviously normally you would butt it up against there so you don't have any waste. So I'm gonna cut this to size. And the Stick-It has a little cut line here on the liner that makes it easy to peel up. So just gonna peel that up there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, it's very sticky. So then I'm gonna take a circle punch here, and I'm just gonna punch my card in 2 spots here. Then I am going to put the Stick-It onto the small piece of paper, decorative paper here, and I'm gonna peel up the other liner. Then you position your decorative paper with the adhesive on it inside the card, so it'll stick in place here, like so. And now comes the fun part. So you're going to sprinkle it with glitter. I'm just going to use the back of the here so I don't get any on the craft mat. So you sprinkle some glitter over the adhesive, get some coverage there, then just tap lightly with your finger to make full use of the adhesive here, and then tap. And you'll see how the Stick-It adhesive just picked up all that glitter there. And I'll show you. So then I went in with I did a larger circle punch on this one, and I went in with a pen and some twine and added some detail. But here's the version with a snowflake, and here is a snowman.
So cute.
So as you can see, its possibilities are endless with this, and it's just such a simple way to add sparkle and shine to something without all the mess.
Very cool. Thank you so much for sharing.
course.
I'm watching the chat over here, and they're saying magic. That's awesome. Someone just ordered the gift box punch board. Can you heat emboss on these sheets too?
You know what? It says it right here, actually.
Because she's got it covered in glitter now.
Yeah.
She's going to check for you and see.
Actually, it does not say, and I am not 100% sure, but we can definitely test it out and find out for you. There is one more use, though. Sorry, let me run and grab this. Megan made that card with the die cuts.
Okay, do you know where it
Yeah,
is?
it's right here.
Awesome. Did you guys catch Molly sleeping on the couch when they were showing? She is dead from crafting all night with us.
Okay, so Megan made this beautiful card here with this very, very intricate die. And the great thing about Stick It is that you can run it in your machine with your paper. And so then all you have to do is peel and stick. And you don't have to worry about gloopy glue to adhere the intricate pieces to your card. So that's another great use for it as well.
Absolutely. And like you said, there's no, like, you don't have to worry about it like seeping out the sides or
Exactly.
anything like that. It's going to cover it perfectly on the back side when you run it through your machine. And it's great for using through your electronic cutters as
Exactly,
well.
yes.
So not just your like Big Shot and the ones you're cranking. You can use it in your electronic machines as well. I know we get that question a lot too.
So we'll definitely have to test out that embossing powder and get back to you on that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, Emily, are we having some good entries over on the Facebook page?
Megan, what do you say?
Yeah, we have tons and tons of entries.
Tons and tons.
So
Everybody
different.
woke up.
Everyone woke up just to see us, and we've seen so many different kinds of things. It's really impressive. It's gonna be a hard decision.
Love seeing what everybody makes.
I can't wait to, once we kind of get off here, we have a little bit of a break. I'm going to be going in there and checking everyone's entries out. If you just joined us, we're going to have our Facebook group going pretty much all day, and then we have live streaming pretty much on the hour for a few hours. The schedule is all in that Facebook group. So make sure that you're logged on in there. The top post on that page has the current challenge. You have about 10 more minutes for the wild card challenge, so make sure you get your entries in so you can get the prize pack. And then we'll be back at 7:30. Is that our next? We'll be back at 7:30 with another challenge, and we're going to bring you through a lot of the products. Or no, we're going to still have new products that we're going to show, right? Is that what we're going to do? We're going to have new demos, and then after that, we'll go kind of like a recap. If there's anything that you guys want to see, if there's anything on the site that's for sale and you want to learn more about it, if we have it, we'll bring it on. So just leave it in the comments here on the live stream or leave it in the Facebook group. We've got eyes and ears out there, and we'll try and accommodate if we can. So feedback, always welcome. We're going to take a quick break and come back at 7:30. We've got the sun coming up, so it's changing the light in here, and we'll reset and we'll come back at 7:30. And thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you're getting everything that you want on Blitsy.